Next on BGSU Brain Game, it is BG Christian Academy versus St. John's. I think we better get ready for a massive mental meltdown. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it going to be? Only one way to find out. BGSU's Brain Game starts right now. And welcome to BGSU Brain Game, BG Christian versus St. John's. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. For BG Christian Academy, led by Coach Brooks. In slot number 1, we have Jack, a sophomore. In slot number 2, we have Chase, a sophomore. And in slot number 3, we have Graham, also a sophomore. Now for St. John's, led by Coach Tittle. In slot number 1, we have Josh, a junior. In slot number 2, we have James, a junior. And fourth-year senior, Noah, in slot number 3. Welcome to all of you to BGSU Brain Game. We're going to start things off like we usually do with the toss-up round. In this round, there are 10 questions. They are worth 10 points apiece. No deduction for an incorrect answer, so you can play a little bit looser on your buzzers. You may confer before buzzing in, not after, and you can, I repeat, you can steal a question in this round. All right, let's get started. Question number 1 is a multiple choice question. Monte Cristo gained its fame from the Dumas novel. Off the coast of what country does Monte Cristo lie? Is it A, Portugal? That would be BG Christian Academy, Graham.
B.
It is indeed B. Italy. Wow. We're off and running to the races. A meltdown indeed. When you swallow, a flap closes over the trachea, preventing food from entering it. What is that flap called? That would be BG Christian. Chase.
The pharyngeal flap?
Incorrect. St. John's chance to steal.
The uvula.
I like his idea.
The
Uvula.
And it did get in time. Epiglottis is what we needed there. Epiglottis. A play is often divided into major and minor sections. The major divisions are called acts. What are the minor divisions called? That would be St. John's. Josh.
Scenes.
Scenes is correct. Sometimes we see the initials E period, G period, interjected in a sentence and set apart by commas. Perhaps it is even written in italics. What does EG mean? That would be BG Christian. Graham.
Interjection.
Incorrect. St. John's chance to steal. That would be Josh.
For example.
For example is correct. Exempli gratia is what it actually is. This Russian composer wrote the popular ballets Swan Lake, Sleep. That would be St. John's. Josh.
Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky is correct. Find the perimeter of a rectangle with a width of 3.5 centimeters and a length of 5 centimeters. That would be St. John's. Josh.
17 centimeters.
Correct. These lymphatic tissues are divided into 3 groups: lingual, pharyngeal, and palatine. Name these glands that are sometimes removed when excess swelling occurs. That would be BG Christian. Graham.
Thyroid.
Incorrect. St. John's chance to steal. That would be Josh.
Tonsils.
Tonsils is what we were looking for, yes. 2 of the angles in a scalene triangle measured 76 and 42 degrees. State the measure of the other angle. That would be BG Christian. Chase.
That would be 62.
Correct. Short birch and spruce trees grow in sparse taiga forests. In what type of climate, taiga forests, in what type of climate are taiga forests found? That would be St. John's. Josh.
Temperate.
We accept temperate. Cannot. Need to be a little bit more specific, please. BG Christian, chance to steal. That would be Jack.
Tundra.
Incorrect. We were looking for a cold and wet type of climate. Name the first U.S. coin to bear the likeness of a president. That would be BG Christian. Chase.
The quarter.
Incorrect. St. John's chance to steal. That would be James.
The dime.
Incorrect. It's the penny.
Darn it.
Yep. All right, end of round. Let's take a look at our score. BG Christian with 20 and St. John's 50 points. Just getting started here at Brain Game. Stick around because you know what's coming up next. Risk and reward. Stay tuned. I'm Mark Hathaway, host of BGSU Brain Game. If you find yourself shouting answers from the couch during our show, we have a new club just for you. It's called the Brain Boosters. As a member, you'll receive an invitation to a Brain Game taping and a meet and greet with the cast and crew. But that's not all. Let's meet the starting lineup. With a donation of $60, you'll receive a year-long membership to the Brain Boosters, a Brain Game stress ball, and access to PBS Passport, a streaming library of thousands of your favorite programs. A $90 donation will get you the club membership, PBS Passport, as well as a Brain Game mug. Are you an avid reader of the New York Times? How about wanting to learn a second language on Babbel? Well, a $120 donation will give you a year-long subscription to either service, membership to the Brain Boosters, and access to PBS Passport. And finally, a donation of $150 or more will get you everything I just mentioned, a Brain Game stress ball and mug, a year-long membership to the Brain Boosters, PBS Passport, and a subscription to either Babbel or the New York Times. And let's not forget, you'll receive our monthly preview guide as well. So, what's your answer? You have 3 seconds remaining. There's no time limit on joining. Thanks for supporting WBGU PBS, and we will see you at the next BGSU Brain Game. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. We stand at 20-50. BG Christian at 20 and St. John's at 50. Before we move on to our next round, I'd like to welcome some new players to the game. For BG Christian in slot number 1, we have Darren, a freshman. And in slot number 3, we have Michael, also a freshman. And for St. John's in slot number 3, we have Stewart, a sophomore. Welcome to our new and our returning players. This is the risk and reward round. Goes a little something like this. Both teams, you're going to get a shot at the same questions. First 9 are 10 points apiece, no deduction for an incorrect answer. The 10th question, however, is our risk and reward question. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments on a topic that we give you. You get it right, you get the points that you risked. You get it wrong or a non-answer, you lose the points that you risked. However, if you don't like the topic, you can simply pass. Sound good? All right, BG Christian, we have 20. St. John's is 50. You'll be sticking around. BG Christian, right this way, if you please. It's off to isolation. You go. All right, St. John's, are you ready for risk and reward?
Yep.
Starts right now. Fortunato and Montresor are characters found in which Poe short story?
The cask.
That would be James.
The cask of Amontillado.
Cannot accept that. Amontillado is what we needed there. It's all right. No deduction for a point. What is the first person objective case of the word who?
Whom?
You have to buzz in.
Is it whom?
Sure.
That would be Josh.
Whom?
Whom is correct. Multiple choice. Name the first female athlete to be pictured on a box of Wheaties. Is it A, Florence Joyner, B, Babe Didrikson, or C, Diedrichson, or C, Billie Jean King?
Want to go with the third one? She sounds famous. Sure.
That would be Josh.
C?
C is incorrect. It is B, Babe Didrikson is what we needed there. In what U.S. state did the Hindenburg explode in 1937? That would be Josh.
New Jersey?
New Jersey is correct. He was fighting the war against tyranny. Spell tyranny. That would be Josh.
Tyranny.
Correct. The Danish scientist Ørsted found that an electric current always produces what?
Negative charge.
Electricity.
Josh, electricity is a good answer, but the one we needed was magnetic field.
Oh.
Multiple choice, speaking of guesses. Per the 2020 census, which state is closest in population size to Ohio? Is it A, Virginia, B, Georgia, or C, Tennessee?
Hey, well, no, Tennessee,
thinking
in election votes,
I'm
it's
thinking
Georgia, right? Because
I don't think so.
That would be Josh.
Georgia,
Correct.
based on
Nice.
the election map.
To which organ does the hepatic artery supply blood?
Hepatic,
The hip.
like brain.
What? That's not
The
an organ.
hippocampus.
No. But,
Time. The liver.
okay.
Name the Virginian who made, oh, this is a multiple choice, by the way. Name the Virginian who made the resolution that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states. Was it A, Richard Henry Lee, B, Thomas Nelson, or C, Samuel Adams? That would be Josh.
A.
A is correct. Risk and reward time. The topic is flags. St. John's, what do you want to risk on flags, if anything at all?
30. All
30
in.
points on flags for St. John's going in. What are the three colors of the flag of the Republic of Ireland? That would be Josh.
Orange, white, and green.
Correct. 30 points to St. John's, and that is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It is now time to clear your score and send you out that way. Isolation time. All right, let's bring back in BG Christian Academy. Welcome back, BG Christian Academy. Are you ready for your risk and reward round?
Oh, yeah.
Going to start right now. Fortunato and Montresor are characters found in which Poe short story? That will be Darren.
The Cask of Amontillado.
Correct. What is the first person objective case of the word who? That will be Darren.
Whom?
Whom is correct. Multiple choice. Name the first female athlete to be pictured on a box of Wheaties. Is it A, Florence Joyner, B, Babe Diedrichson, or C, Billie Jean King? That would be Michael.
C.
Incorrect. It is B, Babe Diedrichson, 1934. In what U.S. state did the Hindenburg explode in 1937? That would be Michael.
Florida.
Incorrect. New Jersey is what we needed there. He was fighting the war against tyranny. Spell tyranny. Darren.
Tyrannny.
Correct. The Danish scientist Ørsted found that an electric current always produces what? That would be Michael.
A magnetic field.
Correct. Multiple choice again. Per the 2020 census, which state is closest in population size to Ohio? Is it A, Virginia, B, Georgia, or C, Tennessee?
Tennessee, I think. Okay.
That would be Chase.
Tennessee.
Incorrect. It is Georgia. To which organ does the hepatic artery supply blood? That would be Chase.
The liver.
Correct. Name the Virginian. Oh, this is multiple choice, by the way. Name the Virginian who made the resolution that states this: these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states. Is it A, Richard Henry Lee, B, Thomas Nelson, or C, Samuel Adams? Michael.
C.
Incorrect. It is A, Richard Henry Lee. Risk and reward time. The topic is flags. Can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments, or you can pass. What say you, BG Christian Academy?
1 to 15?
Do you want to do 15?
Okay. 15 it is.
15 it is. Flags. What are the three colors of the flag of the Republic of Ireland?
Green, orange,
And white.
and white.
That would be Darren.
Green, orange, and white.
Correct. Additional 15 points to you, and that ends the risk and reward round for BG Christian Academy. Let's clear our scores. Let's bring back in St. John's. Come on in. All right, let's take a look at where our team stands. St. John's has 130 points. BG Christian has 85 points. Still a very, very close competition. Stick around. Things are going to start happening fast. Category rounds coming up next where questions are worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. We have BG Christian 85, St. John's with 130 points. Before we move on, though, let's welcome some new players back to the game. For BG Christian in slot number 2, we have Jack. And for St. John's in slot number 3, let's welcome back Noah. Welcome back to our new and returning players from the last round. This is the category round. This is where the power shifts a little bit to you, our players. There are 6 categories to choose from. Inside each category are questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points. But I warn you, oh yes, I warn you. I'm serious about this. Deductions are going to start right now. So if you take a 15-point question, you're actually risking 15 points at the same time. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. And there is one double or nothing question in there. Double the points, no risk. May be a game changer. Find out soon enough. All right, BG Christian, since you have 85 points, you have the honor of making the first selection.
We'll do books of the Bible for 30.
Books of the Bible for 30 points. In which book of the Bible would you find the Valley of Dried Bones? That would be St. John's. Josh?
1 Kings.
Incorrect. BG Christian, chance to steal. That would be Michael.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel is correct. In control is BG and in the lead.
Books of the Bible for 10.
Books of the Bible for 10 points. The genealogy of Christ, that would be St. John's. Josh?
The Gospel of Matthew.
That is correct. St. John's in control now.
The same category, 25.
For 25 points, books of the Bible. Only 3 of the books of the Bible start with the letter N. 2 of these books are Nehemiah and Numbers. What? That would be BG Christian. Michael?
Numbers.
Incorrect. What is the other book starting with the letter N? St. John's, chance to steal. Time. Nahum is what we needed there. St. John's in control and in the lead.
Books for 20.
Books of the Bible for 20 points. There are only 2 books in the Bible that are named after women. Which book named for one of these women has 10 chapters? That would be St. John's. Josh?
Esther.
Correct. St. John's in control.
Same category for 15.
Books of the Bible for 15 points. What book of the Bible is named for a Moabite girl who was an ancestor? That would be St. John's. Josh?
Ruth.
Ruth is correct. Finishing off that category, St. John's in control.
Big Cats for 30.
Big Cats for 30 points. Image category. Identify this big cat. That would be St. John's. Josh?
Snow Leopard.
Snow Leopard, one of my favorites. St. John's in control.
Same category for 25.
Big Cats for 25. Identify this big cat. That would be St. John's. James?
Bobcat.
Incorrect. BG Christian, chance to steal. Time. It's actually a lynx. A lynx. St. John's in control.
Same category, 20.
Big Cats for 20. Identify this big cat. That would be St. John's. James?
A leopard.
Incorrect. BG Christian, chance to steal. That would be Darren.
Cheetah?
Incorrect. That's a jaguar. St. John's in control.
Big Cats 15.
Big Cats for 15. Identify this big cat. That would be St. John's. James?
Mountain lion.
Mountain lion or a cougar, correct. St. John's in control.
Same category, 10.
Same category, 10 points. Identify this big cat. That would be St. John's. Josh?
Cheetah.
That is a cheetah. St. John's in control.
Chemistry 30.
Chemistry for 30 points. Identify the most plentiful of the noble gases. That would be St. John's. Josh?
Helium.
Incorrect. BG Christian, chance to steal. That would be Michael.
Nitrogen.
Incorrect. Argon is what we needed there. Argon. St. John's in control.
25. Chemistry.
Chemistry for 25. Name the principal ore of iron. That would be St. John's. Josh?
Pyrite.
Incorrect. BG Christian, chance to steal. That would be Darren.
Bauxite?
Incorrect. Hematite is what we needed there. St. John's in control.
Chemistry 20.
Chemistry for 20 points. In what type of chemical reaction is energy produced and passed into the environment? That would be St. John's. James.
Exothermic.
Exothermic is correct. St. John's in control.
Chemistry 15.
Chemistry for 15 points. This is the double or nothing question. If a substance is anhydrous, what does it lack? That would be St. John's. Josh.
Water.
Water is correct. Double the points.
Chemistry 10.
Chemistry for 10 points. How many basic particles does every atom have? That would be St. John's. Josh.
3.
3 is correct. St. John's in control, stepping on the gas.
Cheese for 15.
Cheese for 15. I will describe a kind of cheese. You'll reply with its name. This cheese originated in a town in Somerset, England, after which it is named. It can be sharp or mild and is usually yellow, but sometimes that would be St. John's. Noah.
Cheddar.
Cheddar is correct, sometimes white. St. John's in control.
Cheese for 10.
Cheese for 10. This cheese is typically used to make cheesecake and other desserts. That would be St. John's. Josh.
American.
Incorrect. BG Christian, chance to steal. That'd be Darren.
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese, correct. And back in control is BG Christian Academy.
Prodigies for 30.
Prodigies, 30 points. Name these things associated with child prodigies. This prodigy was born in Germany circa 1820, and she mastered the piano by the age of 7 and was composing by age 10. That would be St. John's. Josh.
Schumann. Claret.
Correct.
Okay.
In control. St. John's.
Cheese for 20.
Cheese for 20 points. This is a fresh curd cheese product with a mild flavor. It comes in large and small curd varieties. That would be St. John's. James.
Feta.
Incorrect. BG Christian, chance to steal. That would be Darren.
Mozzarella.
Incorrect. Cottage cheese is what we're looking for there. Cottage cheese. St. John's in control.
25. Cheese.
25. Cheeses. A soft, fresh cheese made from whey, a byproduct of cheese making, often used in lasagna, ravioli, and cannoli. That would be BG Christian. Jack.
Ricotta.
Ricotta cheese is correct. End of round. Let's take a look at our score. BG Christian currently at 30 and St. John's at 175. It's not over till it's over though, folks. Coming up next is our brainstorm round where questions are worth 20 points apiece. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. We have BG Christian Academy at 60 points and St. John's at 235. We did have a scoring correction at the end of that last round, so our scores are accurate. Now we're moving on to the final round. Before we do that, though, let's welcome back some players. In slot number 2, we have Graham for BG Christian. And in slot number 3 for BG Christian, we have Chase. Welcome back to you. And for St. John's, in slot number 3, welcome back to Stuart. This is the brainstorm round. This is where all the marbles are. This is a timed round. Each question is 20 points apiece, negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. Now you may confer before buzzing in, not after. That'll be negative 20 points if you do that. But there's no stealing. I repeat, no stealing in this round. Still can be anybody's game. Things can happen fast. Brainstorm round starts right now. Name the allotrope of oxygen known as O3. St. John's. James.
Ozone.
Correct. What element has the chemical symbol of W? St. John's. Josh.
Tungsten.
Correct. If two lines intersect, exactly how many points do they have in common? That would be BG Christian. Graham.
1.
1 is correct. If food is prepared sous vide, how is it prepared? That would be St. John's. James.
Boiled in water.
Incorrect. It's prepared under vacuum. What do we call an organism capable of surviving without oxygen? That would be St. John's. Josh.
And I forgot.
Still have time?
Oh.
No time. What is the world's saltiest body of water? BG Christian. Darren.
Dead Sea.
Dead Sea is correct. Who wrote the book The Winter of Our Discontent? That will be St. John's. James.
Jane Austen.
Incorrect. John Steinbeck. What state shares Vermont's longest eastern border? That would be St. John's. Josh.
New Hampshire.
Correct. Name the planet in our solar system with the largest number of moons. That would be St. John's. Josh.
Jupiter.
Incorrect. Saturn. In baseball, what hitting position does the cleanup hitter take? That will be St. John's. Josh.
4.
Fourth is correct. Who was Dwight Eisenhower's vice president? Time. That would be Richard Nixon. In the classic game of Monopoly, how much does it cost to buy a railroad? BG Christian. Chase.
150.
Incorrect. $200. How many strings are on a mandolin? That would be St. John's. Josh.
4.
Incorrect. 8. What is the capital of Kuwait? That would be BG Christian. Darren.
Kuwait City.
Correct.
What?
What do we commonly call frozen carbon dioxide? That would be St. John's. Josh.
Dry ice.
Dry ice is correct. While walking through the woods, you spot a morel. What do you see? That would be St. John's. Josh.
A morel.
Well, yes and no. Specifically, we're looking for a mushroom in that, but good answer, but not quite there. Let's take a look at our score. End of round. BG Christian Academy, 100 points, and our winner with 215 points is St. John's. Let's give both these teams a big round of applause. Now, in the spirit of good sportsmanship, let's come out, meet in the middle, and we will see you at the next BGSU Brain Game.